Hello everybody, welcome back to another BTD6 video. Right now my screen is getting completely obliterated by sun temples and everything, but this video is not about this. It's about the Paragons. This is all about Paragons. So if you've seen the title of the video is going to be comparing the Paragons at level 100 and seeing how far they can do solo. And then we're just going to rate them from from first to 10th place, or basically rank them where they stand. Now it's going to be partly subjective but not totally subjective. I don't know how you can interpret that and how as you will. But yeah, I mean, honestly, this is kind of weird because this is not really an intro. It's more of a I'm slapping this intro. This is actually the last part of the video that I'm doing. So awkwardly enough, I already finished the whole video, so I know how it kind of went. I'm just doing this intro here to kind of just explain what I am going to be doing. So yeah, so we're gonna just kind of go through the whole thing. If there are parts that are kind of weird that I didn't get rid of editing, it's just because I think it was just the timeline would be kind of weird. So, uh, you know, forgive me. But anyways, hopefully this is an interesting video. I thought it was interesting. Honestly, there were things that I didn't expect to rank higher or lower. Some I thought were kind of obvious, some weren't. But yeah, it hopefully, I don't know. If you guys are interested in making your own list, maybe shoot one down in the comments below. I'm actually kind of interested in what other people think about these Paragons, because I think some Paragons do actually need a slight buff. And then I think some Paragons are just really, really good. And then some are just like just the right spot. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, we're gonna kind of go into it. I'm not gonna really be doing much dialogue. I'm just gonna have kind of just music in the background playing. So if you want to see the actual overview, you can skip right ahead. I'm gonna probably have timestamps everywhere. But if you do want to see what's going on, I'm gonna have some stuff sped up. Um, Initially, when I did start though, I did kind of just skip towards the end of the game. So I mean, you're gonna kind of miss that type of, I guess, footage, but I'm gonna have the rest kind of just sped up, and I'm just gonna kind of just let it go, and just you get to see the gameplay of the Paragon just doing it solo, and then I'll probably slow down at the very end. But anyways, let me just not bother you guys anymore, and let's get right into the video. Right? All right, so technically that should have counted as a loss, I'm pretty sure, because the bad balloon did go through, or not the bad balloon, but the EDT went through, but because I had some extra HP. Pretty sure I would have lost that. I'm gonna make sure next time I do not have any extra HP, so slightly unfair for the Dark Monkey, but basically you can assume that you can get to around 155 with just the um, Paragon, with the Dark Paragon at level 100. At least that's what it seems to be. Obviously, because this map is very long, this is obviously an inherent advantage, but we're going to minimize that by basically giving everybody disadvantage. Yeah, see, as you can see, I lost like over 200. So that basically means that was essentially the last round. So yeah, so it seems like you can get to around 155, 156, and that's about it. So, yeah, I think it's fine. I'm going to basically go to the next one. I'll give all my thoughts until the very end. I don't know, I'll make like a list. I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there. But hopefully, this makes sense. And I'm basically not going to be talking in the next ones. I'm just going to let gameplay go through. And yeah, so I'll see you guys with the Boomerang Monkey. Alright, so here is my comprehensive overview as I have promised. So, we're going to be rating these Paragons from a score of 1 to 20. And yeah, so I'm going to kind of just explain how this goes. It's going to be a scoring list is right here. And I'm just going to explain kind of um the rating. Well, I said that multiple times. Anyways, so we're going to rate it based on solo points, which is going to be a score on 1 to 10, which is essentially going to be like the ranking of where they placed being solo. So 10th place would get 1 point, second or ninth place would get 2 points, 8th place would get 3 points, etc. You get the point. And then we're also going to rate it on based on versatility. So basically just the usefulness of the Paragon. It's kind of my opinion, so I can to weigh some of my ideas. Hopefully I'm not too far off or wrong, completely wrong. Note that I don't really completely understand how the Paragons totally work, but I just it's just how I felt when using the Paragon and just seeing the Paragon in action. And then the last one's going to be just ease of leveling. It's going to basically based on how difficult was it to get that Paragon to level 100, and like the trouble, is it like worth the trouble, I guess, maybe. But essentially it's going to just be how long did it really, or how difficult was it to just get this guy to 100, because some towers required a lot of help to just get it to 100. So yeah, I mean, hopefully the scoring makes sense, and we're gonna just kind of go through this. Note that these are kind of just my opinions, and also this is based on free play. So if you're questioning about boss rush, I have zero clue about that. Consult somebody else because I have no idea, literally zero. So anyways, we're gonna kind of just go through this and see how it goes. So the number 10th Paragon, maybe it doesn't come to anybody's surprise, but it's going to be the Dart Paragon. So yeah, being number 9 in terms of how far it could go, it reached round 155, earning 2 points. I basically rated on the versatility scale as 1 point, and the main reason for that is because honestly, this guy doesn't really provide anything in terms of abilities. It can cover the whole map with its like juggernaut spikes and everything to deal very small damage, but in terms of damage, it still doesn't really do much. And to be quite honest, even if you go really further along into free play, it really just doesn't do much. And I feel like it's just missing something to be like better in terms of score. So yeah, and I think difficulty wise, it's just rated as a 1 because the reason why I thought it was kind of difficult to get him to Paragon 100 was because, to be quite honest, the Dart Monkeys kind of suck. So even with having 2 tier 5 crossbow masters, it really just didn't get pops. Like, I had to give perma bruise, I had to give things to it, or actually I didn't give it perma bruise, I lied. I gave it just a berserker and some other things to make it go faster, but to be quite honest, it still was really slow. It wasn't that great, and honestly, I was kind of disappointed. I thought it was gonna do better, but it just didn't. So that's why it's getting a 1. I think price wise, it is one of the better Paragons to get if you're trying to do like a boss rush, but this isn't that type of video, so yeah, I mean, it is the cheapest Paragon, so it is really, it's like a kind of a get out of jail free card, but I mean, it only reached 155 by itself. Now, obviously, if you're doing free play, you're going to have other towers, so it is going to be much better. But yeah, it was kind of disappointing, I guess, that it only reached 155 by itself. I thought it at least reached like 160, 170 by itself. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. So, to be quite honest, cost ratio is definitely good, but overall, with this scale that I'm rating it, it's just a overall 4 out of 20. So take it as you will. So for number 9, the Paragon that is at number 9 is the Wizard Paragon, probably the most disappointing out of all of them. To be honest, I actually really wanted to place it at number 10 because of how disappointed I was. I just didn't because honestly, if it was based on price, I would be putting it at easy 1. But yeah, so in solo points, it obviously got 1, made it to round 153. Maybe it could have reached more. I don't know, to be quite honest, because I don't really understand the abilities as much. Like, I tried understanding it, and all I could understand was that 1 basically makes you regain the souls or the dead points or whatever, and then you can use the other one to cast to summon this bird thing, this phoenix thing, and a lot of necro stuff to attack the balloons. But honestly, it is not strong to enough to like actually make it useful. And the fact that you have to manual it is even more annoying because if you don't, it's just gonna kind of screw you over. And I think you also have to sacrifice things to if you want to get more dead points. If not 100% sure, I kind of forgot. Sorry. But maybe the ranking is supposed to be a bit higher, but I don't know. It just didn't really go that far for me. Maybe it could have probably hit like 160, 170 for a person who actually knows how to play the wizard, but if you're microing all the way to like round 400 or something, yeah, it's gonna kind of drag you back. So yeah, versatility wise, I just put it at a 1 because I think it's very, very reliant on the abilities. So just it's not that, yeah, it's not that deep. But difficulty points, it wasn't actually that hard to get it. You have 3 pretty strong tier 5s. The only issue though is that they kind of feel weak near the end of the game, especially since Archmage, it doesn't really do that much damage. And Phoenix, you kind of just have to cast the ability if you want to do a lot of damage. And then Dark Prince is really good at the beginning, but also becomes really bad at the end. So I don't know. I think it's still easier than the Dart Monkey to get significantly to 100, but yeah. So anyways, we're going to go to number 8, which is going to be the Tack Shooter. Yeah, the Tack Shooter was actually pretty good. It wasn't bad. It was pretty good. I just think the fact that it reached the low solo points kind of just knocked it down by a lot, and for good reason. There are other Paragons that are just way better at soloing. So I mean, it reached round 191. I think it's much better as a support tower instead of just using it as a solo tower. So versatility points I put at 3, mainly because it covers a big radius. And while I don't want to put it like higher than this because I feel like there are better abilities that the Paragons have, which you will definitely see later. And I just think that it really just does damage. I don't know if the ability itself, because I know it does have an ability, I believe. I don't know if it does anything in specific to like the bads and the other stuff. I don't recall, but maybe there is. Personally, this is just my experience. I just think it's a 3. I think a 3 is fair. In later rounds, the damage is just useful in chipping. It's not really good in actually destroying. So yeah, and difficulty wise, I think it was just 2.5, mainly because it has while the I believe it was like the Ring of Fire, or not the Ring of Fire, but it was like Hellfire and the Tack Zone. While they're both really good, they have limited range, and if you want to get pops really quickly, you do need to buff them out. So, in my opinion, it could be better in terms of getting it to 100. Don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great either. Anyways, we're gonna move to number 7, which is the Boomerang Monkey. So the Boomerang Monkey is pretty okay. I think it's fine as a tower. It does provide some abilities to some other towers. I don't remember what its ability does. In fact, actually, wait in a second. All right, so yeah, the ability itself buffs primary towers. I do not believe it buffs any other towers other than primary. So I mean, it is pretty cool to have. I believe it does buff the Paragons. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. But I the ability is okay. I don't think it's that great because if it only buffs primary towers, it's like, okay, well, it's only primary towers. It's not really gonna buff the like really super strong towers, such as like uh the the Vengeance Sun God. Oh my god, Vengeance True Sun God. Um so yeah, anyways, I think yeah, so far it made to round 187, getting at 3 points, meaning it ranked at number 8. Versatility, I put it at 3.5. I think the glaive itself is pretty good because what it does is basically stuns or it holds the balloon or the blimp in place. And for the later rounds, the bads don't get held back, but when you're trying to basically crush DDTs and stuff, and I guess My Gods and other blimps, it's kind of nice to have this guy kind of just stun them a bit and like slow them down. So that's kind of why I put him at 3.5 instead of putting him at a lower point. But maybe it is lower just because like in terms of bads, there's not really anything you can do about it. But yeah, I think 3.5 is fair. In terms of difficulty, I think 4 is pretty fair because honestly, with the turbocharge and especially with the tier 5 050, pretty strong. And if you get like I think the first path, or no, bottom path, it has better pierce or better pierce, so it's like slightly better. I'm not 100% sure. I just remember someone saying that the 052 is the way to go for that guy. Not 100% sure though. But yeah, it wasn't that hard to get. The pops were pretty easy just because with Moab Press or Moab Domination and the middle path, it was pretty easy to get to all those pops. So yeah, that's why I rated it at this. So it kind of got a 10.5 out of 20, making it number 7. So let's go to the next one. The Submarine Paragon. The Submarine Paragon isn't bad. Isn't great either. I think it's fine. Now the reason why I have it as like a question mark type of thing is because I think if you use the ability properly, it could actually go further. To be honest though, the timing is insane because I think it takes like 15 seconds or 20 seconds to launch the actual ability, which kind of drags this thing down because the ability is really good as it can destroy a bad pretty damn quickly. But because of that long charge up, it kind of just puts it down. So that's why I put it at, it reached 5th, or no, 5th, 6th, in 6th, making it, getting it 5 points. And then versatility wise, I think it's at 3. I don't think I can rate it really higher than this because the ability is good. I should think the cooldown, the timer takes really long. The cooldown's super long. So the ability itself isn't even that good. And it didn't really do that much in terms of pops because I did try doing a run where it was just solo by itself without any support. And then difficulty point wise, I think it's a 3. Pretty easy to get it, but not also the very easiest because, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really do that much damage in terms of Moab damage unless you're using like the first strike properly and like melting certain balloons in seconds. So unless you really know how to do that, it's not the most difficult, but it's definitely not the easiest. I mean, you can definitely get with a bunch of submarines with advanced intelligence to get a lot of pops, but yeah, I think it's fine. I think this is technically fair because it's like slightly above an average, which would be like a 2.5. I think it's better than a 2.5, but not like a 4. It's not a 2, but it's not a 4, if you kind of get what I mean. So that's why I just went with 3. So it got 11 out of 20, in my opinion. So now number 5, the Engineer. The Engineer was actually pretty surprising. I thought it was going to go a bit further, but it didn't. The main reason for that is because the turrets that actually it summoned were actually insanely good. And I was honestly kind of disappointed when it failed, because I thought it was going to actually go even further. But yeah, so solo-wise, it it made it to round 203, earning it 6 points as it is 5th place. Versatility wise, I think it's just a 2. Now, I do have a reason why I rated it as a 2 instead of rating it higher. The turrets are good. I did kind of click on the turrets and they do damage. Don't get me wrong, and the Paragon itself did damage. The blue turret specifically does stun every balloon, everything except bad balloons or bad blimps. But the only issue with that is that because it only does that, it doesn't really matter because sometimes it'll already be too late by the time you get to the end. And especially with the bad balloon, it just doesn't do enough damage to like really give support. I mean, it is a really good support tower in terms of, oh, it can freeze up some balloons, but a lot of other towers do the same thing. And the laser turret, the green turret specifically, you have to aim it, and it is really strong. Don't get me wrong. It definitely could probably actually go further than 203, so it is kind of my fault. I could probably get it to like maybe 206, 207, but it's not going to be much further. So, I mean, there's that. I think if it had this overclock ability, for example, it would probably be like a 4 or a 5 in terms of versatility, because the overclock ability is just so broken for the engineer because it just makes other towers significantly stronger. Like it should be like maybe you use the overclock ability right, and then if you pop it on something, it immediately gets 10 stacks or something. I don't know, it should be something cool like that. I'll be even fine with them increasing the price of the engineer just because of that ability. But hey, what do I know? But yeah, I think versatility wise, just losing the overclock ability is kind of sad. And I just don't think it's that the turrets are that great. And sure, they do provide a lot of good support, but it could be better. Difficulty point wise, it was a 4. I mean, you can just go. I caught a bunch of balloon traps to farm money, which is a lot, but it did need some help to actually do this. So that's why I put it at a 4. It's not hard to get because you get a lot of money. So overall, 12 out of 20. Ooh, that was a lot of words. Yeah, I'm gonna get some water real quick first. I'm gonna drink. So, anyways, we are moving to number 4. The fourth Paragon is going to be. What was the fourth Paragon actually? It's the Ace. Yes, that is correct. The Ace Paragon. Okay, now I know I actually know the rest now. Okay, the Ace Paragon. It's not bad. It's pretty good. It is a bit more expensive. So, I mean, if I were to rate it a 1 out of 5 for price-wise, I'd rate it an easy 1. It is super expensive. And if you want to do max sacrifice, it's like almost 3 million. On easy mode, by the way. This is easy mode. All these guys are on easy mode, and it costs a lot just to get them to max. But anyways, solo-wise, it reached round 209. Getting at 7 points, making it because it reached 6th place. No, 4th place. Yeah, 4th place. Yeah, 4th place. And versatility wise, I think it's a 3. I kind of wanted to rate it at a 2. The only reason I didn't rate it as a 2 is because the ability was actually much better than I thought it would be. So basically what it does is that it just sends a bunch of carpets, and it does actually more damage than you think. Even though in a normal game you don't really know how much how much damage it actually does. So yeah, I think it's pretty strong. It's pretty okay. I think for the price though, it is a little expensive. But personally, I think it should be cheaper. And honestly, it didn't really do as much damage as I thought it would, but I mean, it is what it is. This is the reality. So difficulty wise, honestly, I rated it as a 5. It was super easy to get to Paragon 100. Pops were super easy. Flying Fortress basically got all the pops. I think it had like 11 million pops, and the rest had like nothing. It's just Flying Fortress was really strong. And if you had like a bunch of other things, it definitely accelerates it, and like it stops the balloons from going. The one thing I will say though is that I did have a round where I did fail, just because DDTs are kind of difficult to deal with, especially since I don't think this guy has never-ending missile, never missing darts. It's on the actual like ship, so it does make DDTs a little annoying. Some of the darts do, but some of the darts don't, I believe. It's kind of like a mix between Flying Fortress and Sky Shredder. But yeah, I mean, that's what I think. Personally, I think they should maybe make it a bit stronger just so it can be actually worth the price. But anyways, we're going to number 3, which is going to be the Ninja Paragon. Ninja Paragon is kind of a staple. Honestly, he's pretty good. I mean, he's our first guy that I'm giving 5 points of in terms of versatility. Solo wise, he made it to round 215, so that nets him 8 points. He hit 3rd place. And versatility points, I put it at 5 because he's just super good. His ability, he's able to throw these talismans on the actual like any blimp. So it doesn't matter if it's a DDT or a bad balloon. Yeah, any blimp, it doesn't really matter. And he's able to throw it and it does a crap ton of damage, which is insanely good. He throws a lot of the ninja stars at the same time, or whatever he throws, and he's just a super good character. I think he's very balanced at where he is. Maybe he's a little cheap in my opinion, but I think it's fine. I think they should just keep it this way because he's super good. Difficulty wise, I think it's a 4. If you want to really get if you want to make getting the Paragon really easy, you can do 2 things. One is to obviously get the middle path to max and just keep having Balloon Saboteur keep going on. Then you can have a Grandmaster Ninja and just surround it with a bunch of other ninjas with the Shinobi tactics at max, which is 20. And yeah, he'll do a lot. He'll do a lot. It's very good. With Seeking, by the way, don't make sure it gets Seeking, because if you don't have Seeking, it's not going to be that good. So yeah, overall, 17 out of 20. Very good Paragon. I think I'm pretty accurate on this guy, hopefully. So anyways, we're going to go to the next one, which is going to be the Boat Paragon. I have a reason why the other one is actually higher, but yeah, the Boat Paragon's really good. It made it to round 228, netting it 9 points. So 2nd place. And versatility wise, I think it's a 4. I think it's super OP for one. I mean, it's able to literally suck in bad balloons with its ability. It's able to literally drag in any blimp into it. It has literal airships or little ships, which are really cool. Yeah, it's really strong. It's a super strong tower. I think it's literally one of the best towers in the game. Really recommended. It's really cheap too. It's not that expensive. I think it's for the price to pop ratio. This is the best tower to get. So anyways, so yeah, versatility wise, it's a 4. The only reason it's not a 5 is because the only reason I put it at a 5 is because I feel like sometimes it's the ability itself is super good, but sometimes I feel like it doesn't work. I don't know. It's kind of weird. How should I explain this? Sometimes it doesn't really suck in the correct thing that you want, like, because it's supposed to like get in like the strongest balloon, and sometimes it does it too early, it does it too late, and when you're in really long free play, you're just gonna have a tech bond on it. I mean, that's not really the main reason. I think it's just I feel like it could be better, and I would want to put it at a like a, maybe it should be like a 4.5, so maybe like 18.5. Yeah, I had my reasons for this. I honestly don't remember why. Sorry. But yeah, I think it is still really good. It has a lot of damage on it, And yeah, I think it's overall just a really good tower. Difficulty wise, it wasn't very hard. You can literally do a farming method with this guy, with merchants. Obviously, with a map with water, if there is no water on the map, though, he's kind of useless. I mean, you can't even get him. You have to literally get like one of those, the kiddie pool thing to actually place him down. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I think he's number 2. I think he's really good. Honestly, he could probably be interplay mixed changed with number 1 too. I think overall he's just a good. It's a good Paragon. And honestly, number 1 surprised me the most, which is going to be the Spike Factory. And I don't know, it is actually kind of insane how I really did not expect this thing to actually reach round 246 all by itself, because I did a video on it previously and it didn't hit it. But it's because I think this map itself was really in favor of the Spike Factory Paragon. I think it's overall probably one of the better Paragons though, for sure. I really did like the Paragon itself. It is a bit expensive, but honestly, after kind of seeing it in action on this map, I see why. So in terms of solo points, obviously 10, reached round 236, netting at first place. Versatility, it is a 4. Now the main reason I didn't put it as a 5 is because the abilities is kind of weird. So it has 2 abilities. One ability is to basically speed up the amount of mines it drops, and the second ability is to basically drop these really overpowered mines from the sky, and it places around the track. So the first ability that I talked about, the speed one, I honestly don't understand, because I put a tech bond in it, and I'm pretty sure the thing was actually off cooldown, and somehow for some reason it didn't pop. So I'm assuming there's like a soft cooldown, like actual soft cooldown on it. And then the second one was the mine thing. That thing takes way too long to cast, but it's really strong because it literally took out some bad balloons pretty quickly. So I think it's definitely a support tower, but it can solo a lot by itself, but it definitely needs some support. But yeah, this is one of the better Paragons definitely in the game. Honestly, very satisfied with this edition. This edition is what a Paragon should be. And difficulty wise, it was super easy to get pops with the top path, Spike Factory. You can literally get all those pops really quickly. Yeah, I think on the game that I did all the Paragons with all the other stuff, I got those pops almost instantly after like 5 rounds or something, because of how much damage the spiked mines were doing. So anyways, I mean, that's about it for this. I mean, this is kind of all I have for this. I mean, hopefully my ratings make sense. Obviously this is subjective. It's not going to be 100% there. I think, you know, to each their own. This is my rating of it, and I think, yeah, I think this is kind of how it ends. So yeah, number 1 is the Spike Paragon, in my opinion. And yeah, maybe if you guys are interested in throwing your own ranks, maybe comment down below. What do you think is your top 10 Paragons in ranking order or whatever? Hopefully, I don't know, if you guys are interested, just do that. I'm interested to see what you guys think. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, I'm hoping that you guys drop a like. And if you want to see more content like this, I don't know, comment, I want to see more content like this or something. I don't know. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody.